Hello again. The glue is finally dry, and you can see I have my Spectrafiber inserted through that hole. This is going to be the top, and because I do not want this centerpiece to pull up when I start twisting the tree, I want it to stay right tight down to the jig. I'm gonna insert a loop of wire here through a couple of the holes. And then we're gonna go ahead, whoops, where'd the other end go? There it is. We're gonna pull that down, pull that Spectrafiber through the hole. And once I'm sure everything is tight, I am going to go down here and twist it nice and tight so that that whole unit will not be able to pull up when I start twisting it. I want that to stay right down into the jig. And then we're going to take this, and because I don't want this to catch any of the other wires when I'm putting them in the jig, I'm going to go ahead and tape it up with my plastic wrap. I notice a couple people ask where they can get the plastic wrap, and you can't get it anywhere. You gotta make it yourself, and I do have videos for making plastic wrap way down the line there, many videos back. You can go look for them, they're there. I'm thinking of a new way to make the plastic wrap. I think I want to start using a thicker type of plastic, but I gotta figure out a way to slice and rewind that plastic, because it won't work the way I was doing it before. And a little bit, maybe I should tell you a little bit about this tree that I'm making. You might wonder why I'm starting off with 6-foot strands. That's because I am making a tree that I hope to have it end up a little taller than 2 feet. And the funny thing about the wire is that the larger you go with the tree, the thicker the trunk, everything ends up being thicker, and therefore you're going to use up more wire in the twist. I can't emphasize enough how much wire shrinks when you start twisting it. I suppose I could do an example video, maybe I will someday. So I always like to make sure I have plenty of extra wire, because the worst thing to have happen is to not have enough wire to finish the tree. Especially on a big tree like this. I mean, there's going to be multiple 100 hours in here, so I would not like to get 100 hours into it and find out I can't complete it. You can always cut wire off. Yeah, I suppose maybe you're wasting materials, but aluminum is easy to recycle, and you don't lose that much money on it when you recycle it. And I don't really even care about the money, because what's important to me is making a really beautiful tree. So if I have to sacrifice some supplies, oh well. The weird thing about this tree is that it's going to have a lot of close branch splits, pretty much right away on the trunk. So that's a problem, because once again I like to make trees that are not only beautiful, but since the aluminum will pretty much last forever, I don't want them slowly but surely falling apart over the years. If I'm lucky, maybe some of these trees will be around thousands of years from now. We'll see. Maybe if I make them beautiful enough, they will be around that long. At least that's what I'm hoping. But hey, even some really famous painters ended up with some of their paintings in the garbage can, even though they were really good paintings. So maybe there's no hope. But all I can do is do everything I can to make that happen. So yeah, this tree is going to be about a little over 2 foot tall, and probably somewhere around 5-6 inches up here on the trunk. I'm going to have a lot of major branch splits. So I'm going to call it quits for this video. I got a couple of options for making sure these branch splits come out close yet, and I'm going to ponder on that for a little while, and we'll show you what I'm going to do to make those close branch splits happen and be stable in the next video. Bye bye.